Hi, it's Red-Headed Riding Hood here. Red for sure. I'm gonna read William Barclay's Daily Celebration. And then I have to go get my oil changed. Life and death. There's a certain impermanence in life. The world is a bridge, says the unwritten saying of Jesus. The wise man will pass over it, but will not build his house upon it. Man is all his life a resident alien and a pilgrim in the world. Way back in AD 627, the wise men of the ancient kingdom of Northumbria were meeting to discuss whether or not they could accept the new faith of Christianity, which Edwin, their king, had already accepted. And an aged counselor drew the famous picture of life. So seems the life of man, O king, as a sparrow's flight through the hall when you are sitting at meat in wintertide, with the warm fire lighted on the hearth, but the icy rainstorm outside. The sparrow flies in at one door and tarries for a moment in the light and the heat of the hearth fire, and then, flying from the other, vanishes into the wintry darkness whence it came. So tarries for a moment the life of man in our sight. But what is it? What is before it and after it, we know not. There is a pessimism there that is far from Christian belief, for we know that we come from God and we go to God. But there is the essential truth that life is only a moment in God's eternities. Life is not a settled possession. No man has a prescriptive right to life. Life is basically and essentially an impermanent moment of time in the midst of eternity. If then there is this rhythm of life and death, there is also a rhythm of sorrow and joy. We have only to look at a great daily newspaper. It will have prominently displayed in the notices of the births, the deaths, and the marriages, and behind these notices, there will be in each case human sorrow and human joy. Sorrow is the price of love. If we could banish love, if we could teach ourselves never to care for any human being, then there would be no such thing as sorrow. But being as we are with human hearts and human affections, we live in this rhythm of sorrow and joy. No man can live in any real sense of the term and escape either of them. I have been thinking about that lately. I think I said on another video recently that I had been imagining my family members who have passed, like, and what they're doing in heaven. You know, like my mom and dad and my brothers. I have 4 brothers who have passed, and my sister-in-law, Joyce. I bet she's still into the ephemera. She was into the antique paper, and she loved it, and it was light. It was like, she was smart. It was a good business to go into. It's light things too, not much postage. So she sold it. We would go antiquing, and I love to go antiquing anyways, but she was doing her business and finding like books and things and postcards and all of that to resell online. So it was fun, and I was spending money. She was spending money, and then she was making money. So maybe I should look into doing that. I have a friend in Warner Robins who I really should get in touch with Lillian. She sells jewelry and things like that. She sells little things too online. I think she's still doing it. And I met her through selling my stuff on, she bought some of my stuff to resell, and I didn't have any problem with that at all. But she bought some of the stuff, because I was selling little stuff, big stuff, I was selling everything, all sorts of things. I was giving stuff away, I was selling stuff, I was throwing stuff away. I had a lot of stuff. But anyways, been thinking about those things, and yeah, been thinking about heaven and like how it'll be and how nice it will be. And this, strangely, it helps me when I think of things that are going wrong in this life now. Everything will be set right in heaven, and that this is a short amount of time, like the devotion said. And so that encourages me too, when I start to think of, maybe like the Need to Breathe song, we don't get to be here long. That makes me more anxious. But when I think we get to be there long, and I recently did write a poem that I sent to my daughter that I'm not speaking to, my oldest, and said, one day we'll walk the streets of gold, and we won't be upset with each other anymore, and we will have all that time to heal our relationship. So when I think of that, it encourages me. Not that I don't want it to be reconciled now. I would love that more than anything, but it makes me less sad to think that eventually it will be healed. So that's Fed's thoughts for today. Now I have to go get my oil changed. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye.